Well, I have a very, very, very important question to ask all you viewers at home, my subscribers, my people that haven't subscribed. You ever just sit around the house, at school, somewhere, and look around and go, hey, I wonder if that'll catch a fish? If you fish and you're involved with fishing and it catches you where you're kind of all caught up in it and you're just thinking about catching that fish, there's that big one that you don't know how to catch, but you see him and you really, 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 really want to catch him, but you don't know if you can. And you've tried this lure and tried that lure and blah, 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 and you just haven't ever caught him. You're like, well, what am I missing? Well, sometimes I do that, and sometimes I just go, hey, does that look like it'll catch a fish? And sometimes I look, if you look behind me here, check this out. I actually look at this thing and I go, a client left this little sumo wrestler on my boat. It was his good luck charm for some reason. I don't like throwing stuff out. So anyways, I kept it, and I looked at it the other day and I go, I wonder if that'll catch a fish. And then I thought, how do I hook it? Do I just stick it through his head? Do I stick it through his butt? Stick it underneath the strap there where his cheeks are hanging out? How do I catch a fish with this? And I thought to myself, I don't know. Maybe a little big, that one might not work. But eventually, one day, I could possibly use it as a bobber because, look, it's a little squishy. So this sumo, it may make it out there one day. And I may catch something with it. Not on it, but with it. We will find out. Now, so I look around. I got editor stuff. Oh, here's my YouTube, 1,000 subscribers. Took me a long time to get that. Finally did. That's a big deal. Awesome. So we got that. I can't use that to catch a fish. Oh, and then we got our King of the Cage belt. So we had Terry Trebillicock from King of the Cage come out with us. He's an MMA and owns King of the Cage MMA fighting. Came out fishing with me twice. Caught the biggest fish of his life, and he does a lot. I'm assuming it's the biggest fish of his life. He's got a place over in Cabo, and that place, they've got big marlin and things like that. So he caught a Goliath grouper 450 to 500 pounds. It's humongous. So it's one of the biggest fish he's caught in his life with me. Anyways, he brought this belt to me, an official King of the Cage heavyweight world champion belt. And he brought that to me because he said, Captain, you're the heavyweight fishing champion of the world. These giant Goliath grouper you catch and you put us on make you the heavyweight champion. And they officially presented this belt to me, which is pretty awesome. I dug that. That's probably the favorite thing I've ever received from anybody is an official MMA heavyweight championship belt of the world. I grew up a wrestling fan, Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man, Billy Jack Haynes, all those guys. Grew up playing video games, everything from Mike Tyson Punch-Out all the way to when the first PlayStation came out, playing Resident Evil and Lara Croft Tomb Raider. Did all that stuff. It was all super, super important to me. And eventually, whenever I started doing fishing shows and fishing for a living, I could no longer do the video games anymore. And I can't really watch wrestling because I'm too caught up doing what I'm doing right now, showing you guys all these great fish and all this awesome stuff we're doing. So anyways, this is one of my favorite things I've ever received. I'm also a superhero fan. We got a Spider-Man mask. I get them from Mexico. Whenever I go to Mexico, they've got all kind of cool wrestling masks, and this is one of them. It's the two-tone with the bad Spider-Man on one side and the good Spider-Man on the other. Love that. I also have a Deadpool mask somewhere. I've got the Rey Mysterio Jr. mask up there. Kind of cool. I like it. And then some of my other favorite things. You guys don't realize this, but it's pretty awesome. I actually have Spider-Man hangs out in my house. Look at him up there. He's got one of those cool poses, He's like, hey, Captain, I got your back. So I got Spider-Man hanging up in my house. He's a cool jit. I like him. And then over here, I've got the Hulk and I've got Captain America. They are both going, Captain, we got your back. any dogs or any rats or anything around your house, we're going to catch them. Check them out. The Hulk's awesome. Look at him. Oh, boy. Huge Hulk. He's ginormous. Look how big that Hulk is. He comes up, not quite to my knee, but almost. And then we got Captain America in the background going, what's up, Cap? You're a captain, too. I'm a captain of the world, and you're a captain of catching fish. Awesome, dude. So, now you guys get a little story about me and what I do. Now back to, will it catch fish? So I was just looking around and I go, I wonder if this will catch fish. I wonder if this will catch a fish. And you know what? I looked over here and I looked in this pin section over here and I saw a pin with a cap on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a cap off. I'm not going to take this one because it's one of those paint pins and get all messy. But I'm going to take a cap off of a pin. I'm going to stick a hook through it. And I'm going to cast with that today. And we are going to find out if we can catch a fish with the cap on the end of a pin. Leave a comment below. Tell me if you think it's possible, if I'm going to accomplish this challenge using the cap off the end of a pin. I don't know if I can do it. Never tried it. Just looked around and said, let's see if we can put that on the end of a hook and see if we can catch it. I mean, I got to be able to get the hook through it in the first place without dulling the hook. We're going to give it a shot. Check it out. We'll be back. I looked around and right over here, I didn't realize it was in it. I found it. Here we go. This pin cap right here. I'm going to put it on the end of a hook and we're going to go see if we can catch trout, ladyfish, maybe even a redfish on it. And I don't know, dude. I've never even caught anything on it. I've never put on a hook. I can't even believe I'm going to try it. But we're going to try it because we're going to do something a little bit different today. Oh, and then also we're going to try some other things. But this is our challenge. This is what we're going to try to catch a fish on that. If I catch one, I've accomplished the mission. The mission has been accomplished. You guys got that? The mission has been accomplished. And also remember, be sure below, subscribe, leave some comments. I read those comments. I don't comment to every single one of them, but I usually try to at least hit a like on there. I appreciate you guys participating, watching the shows. And we just try to do stuff involved with fishing. And every now and then something maybe not even involved with fishing, but pretty cool anyhow. Hope you enjoy getting a little bit of views of what's going on and some of the things I do and some of the things I'm involved with. And that's kind of like my wall of honor back there. So I got some cool things involved with it. It's pretty cool. Oh yeah, one more quick thing. I forgot to mention, why don't you guys post below what's the coolest thing that you've caught a fish on that wasn't meant for fishing? Post it below. And then heck, go try it yourself. If you see something, you go, I wonder if that'll catch a fish. Go try it and see if it'll catch it. You know, look, not always going to be successful. Not everything's going to catch a fish. Tell me, hey, I tried this, tried that, it didn't work, but I tried this cap and it worked. You should give it a shot. Or, hey, you guys that are watching the show, I'm going to give you a little hint. And, you know, you can tell the people, the other viewers, hey, I tried this and it worked. Who knows, we might even come up with our own fishing lure, our own brand new, never heard of it fishing lure. That would be cool, wouldn't it? So post below what you've caught a fish on that's not even for fishing. Let us know.